Welcome to season 8, episode 5 of the Will Reads, including Chris's cat. Oh, there's Chris.
I didn't even notice Chris wasn't there.
Yeah, it's his cat. Yeah, so keeping on going with the Path of Daggers. We're doing chapters 8 and 9 tonight. These are thrilling chapters, let me tell you. Sorry, Hal. We have Hal as our guest tonight. If you didn't gather, not the most exciting chapters, but some good nuggets in here. I enjoy all the chapters, but welcome, Hal. Welcome to the Reads.
Welcome in.
It's so cool to have Hal with us, like in person and just not in chat. Hal's always with us.
Yeah, Hal.
And his contributions in chat are just on point all the time.
Always.
I try.
Yeah, very entertaining.
Not to say that others aren't, but Hal's been a standout so far. So
yeah.
I would say in the last month, so they're always great contributions, but between Hal and was it Katie?
Yeah, Katie's
the nuggets they drop, they've just been hitting me right in the
Yeah.
See, she drops the good speculative stuff though, which
she's reading along with us.
Yeah. And how you twist the knife.
My speculation is not speculation.
Yeah, I was like, messing with y'all. That's really what it's all about.
That's fine. It's all good.
You said the dark friend initiation and Jordan Con.
Oh, that's why you and Alan are so buddy. I thought I saw a secret handshake a second ago backstage.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So a couple announcements just real fast before we actually get into it. We might be recording some Cosmere stuff later this week. Maybe, I don't know. We talked about Friday. It's a kind of maybe. But if we do, it will be through the end of Wave Kings. So part 4 and 5. And we might do it later, but sometime soon I'll post it and share it everywhere when we do it, but it might be this week or next week, but I'm announcing it just in case.
There's a 70% chance of Friday.
Okay. And then but there's a chance we might. Also, next Sunday is going to be again with the Cosmere Reads as we begin part 2 of the Final Empire, Mistborn. So excited to have that team back on, which they are all into it. In fact, Alondo, one of my co-hosts on that show, actually he's on book 10 of The Wheel of Time because he's reading that on his own time. So he's like way ahead of you guys. And he actually purchased tickets to WatCon. So he's going to go to WatCon, which I can't go to, but he purchased tickets. He's gone to WatCon. So we'll have some reads representation somehow.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll have some Cosmere Reed's representation there. And then Monday night we'll be on Dragon Mount's YouTube for a live show on The Last of Us. They're doing a Last of Us rewatch, the HBO series, and we are going to be watching it with DragonCon.
We watch it.
Dragon Mount. Dragon Mount.
Do we watch it with them, or do I watch it and then we talk about it?
I have no idea.
You
I mean, I've
watched
seen
the
it.
whole season?
So
No,
I
just episode 4.
yeah, I've seen them all. Just let me know if I need to rewatch. I guess I
Episode
could
4.
rewatch episode 4 anyways, just to be extra prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Episode
a good
4.
series, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. But that's I think 9 p.m. on Monday. Not on this channel. That's on Dragon Mounts. So
In chat, they're saying we watch with them. So,
oh,
but I think I'll
okay.
still watch ahead of time. I want to
to
try and be smart here and there. I got to come
Yeah.
up with 1 or 2 things to not.
okay. Yeah. So
Otherwise, I'll sit there and go, "This is fun. I'm entertained. This is a great show. I'm entertained." You know,
yeah.
I want
So
to be smarter than that.
anyways, and then also we do have a contest going on for a free book, and I think today's the day. Where I'm supposed to announce who wins it. Yeah, was it the 23rd? It was today. So if you bear with me, this is how unprofessional we are. Let me figure that out.
Bear
right
with you.
now.
We're like bears in the paint. Like we just
Let's
sit here
see.
quietly.
It was on our Discord. So if you guys aren't on our Discord, you need to join our Discord. A bunch of people are just entering in last minute now. Fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Click, 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 click.
click, click, click. Yeah. I see you. All right. So we have
Hey,
29.
Billy draws the
people.
winner. That counts.
All right. It's in there. So it's hold on. Let me go back. Let me look and see who reacted. And number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink Ranger.
Hey, the Pink Ranger.
You're
Go,
welcome.
go, Power Ranger.
Is that me? Because of my shirt?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think so. Yeah, sure,
Yes.
sure.
Hal, this is your night, buddy.
Yeah.
He's
So,
breaking
anyway,
it in.
Pink Ranger won. So yeah, we'll be doing another giveaway next month, but that's this month was on Discord. Next month will be somewhere else. Actually it's on the spreadsheet. Next month will be on Facebook. So follow us on Facebook. where I never post anything. So except for giveaways, because I don't go on Facebook myself. So I never
I'm up there every now and then. You can come say hi.
I look at it, but I never post anything. I'm so
yeah,
That
I try to be better about it, but I don't use Facebook. Like I don't even have the app on my phone anymore. So like it has to be intentional for me to like post something on Facebook, and I never.
Isn't it called Meta now? Aren't we supposed to call it Meta?
They still haven't switched it.
Sure,
Okay.
No, that's just the
that's the parent company.
parent
It's like
company.
Okay.
Alphabet is to Google, because now it's Alphabet.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, Alphabet
Oh.
Inc. owns Google. Well, they changed their parent company to Alphabet.
I'm
Google-
just a consumer, okay?
yeah.
I don't know any of this fancy behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, it's all fancy, but yeah, so lots of stuff going on, lots of fun things. And then also in June, we're coming fast to that. We're gonna have another Wad of Fortune with our first round of playoffs. All the contestants are lined up for that, so that won't be announced later. But yeah, so we'll start that, and then once we're done with playoffs and championship, we'll get back into season 2. Where we'll have more guests, and Hal will probably get you on for that. So,
Like
at
the
that point,
The championship round is just sea folk names.
that's all it is. Yeah,
All
just
right.
all sea folk names. So, anyways, personal life. What's going on? I don't even know which way's up right now. Went to the zoo last weekend with the kids. That was fun. That's where my son wanted to go. He wanted to go to the zoo. So we went and looked at the lions and the giraffes, and the rhinos were out. So we saw the rhinos.
Yay.
Yeah, the snakes were all sleeping, like they always are.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Unless Harry's around, they do come awake for Harry.
yeah. But I think it was fun. I mean, it's the zoo. It's the Virginia Zoo. It's. I mean, they have lions and they have a bear and they have
Yeah,
giraffes.
tigers.
Oh
Yeah, they
my.
do have tigers. Yeah, but the tiger,
Oh
the tiger trail is being renovated right now. So the tiger's still in there, but there's like only one window. And he was like, you could see him like if I lifted my kids way up, you could see him. But yeah,
Accidentally dropped your kid in the enclosure.
jump in.
Whoops.
Oops.
Hombre, no.
Down to 2.
And they have orangutans too. There's
Ooh.
the orangutans.
Look, if y'all haven't watched any of these videos yet, go on the YouTubes and search for like stupid people getting too close to wildlife. There's such good videos of really dumb people like, oh my gosh, look at this beautiful, majestic moose standing on the side of the road. I'm going to go next to it and try and take a selfie. And then they get dusted by this moose. There's this lady that gets like ran down by a bison. And like, it sounds horrible the way I'm kind of like laughing about this, like, ha ha. But when you watch it, you're going to be like, no, they are pretty dumb. They kind of had that coming.
There's like a guy that did the whole entire documentary of living with grizzly bears, and then like the very last episode of the documentary was like,
You gotta eat,
and he was eaten.
Oh,
like this is where this was gonna go. We all knew it was gonna go that direction. Yeah. Anyways,
So, yeah, they didn't have a follow up to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
where's
it just
season
kind of ended
2?
like, yeah. So wild animals, lots of fun. But
there's like
yeah,
5 minutes of credits, and at the end, there's like one more shot of just bear scat.
yeah.
Like,
But more importantly,
Oh.
after the zoo, I got to go to the Handsome Biscuit, which that was the highlight of my weekend because the Handsome Biscuit is one of the best places to eat in all of our area.
isn't that what Miss Virgie used to call you? Her little handsome biscuit.
It is what she called me.
That sounds like a southern compliment. Get over here, you little
It's-
handsome biscuit.
Yeah, the Handsome Biscuit is just it's good, man. It's it's like a hole in the wall. There's no tables inside. They have like tables outside, and that's it. Like it's like the tiniest little shack, like in not a nice area of Norfolk. So it's like super, but it's so good. Like super
Worth the
good.
trip.
Oh, it's worth it, 100%. Like I got the Hella Fitzgerald.
Huh.
The Hella Fitzgerald.
What's that on that?
It is a sweet potato biscuit. It's all sweet potato biscuits, and they're really good. And then it's fried chicken, bacon, cheddar, sausage gravy, and egg.
Oh, that is my type of meal.
It's massive. It's like
That sounds delicious.
it's like you know how like you have like the chicken and waffles where they have the gravy and stuff on it, like almost like
Yes.
biscuits and gravy. So like biscuits and gravy, but add like chicken and waffles to it, and with bacon and cheese and just everything, just in one giant biscuit. And
with
just,
the egg. Was it fried with a runny yolk?
Oh, it better be.
Oh yeah.
It's not a sandwich. If
And then you
doesn't
just
line up
eat into it and feel like the arteries clog and
Right.
and heart
No.
attacks
Dripping on your
starts.
fingers.
the arteries only clog because of the carbohydrates.
There's plenty of those. In
Look,
that.
in Virginia, if you walk up to that biscuit shop and they got 4 ADs like just lined up on separate chargers, ready to go, you know it's a good shop. That's how you know the
Exactly.
gravy's good. Just all right, little jump start, good to go.
They have another one called the Dirty South.
Oh,
So that's fried chicken with pimento cheese, pickles, and hot sauce on a biscuit.
yeah, that
That's
sounds
really
about
good.
right.
Dirty
I've
South.
turned into a pimento cheese fan like big time lately.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've always liked it, but I've been having it a lot recently. Love it.
Yeah.
I make a phenomenal pimento cheese.
Oh, how we could be
nice.
Yeah, I
best
was about to
friends.
say.
Yes, we should totally hang out.
That was my weekend. Was eating really, really horrible stuff for you, and feeling fat and sassy. So,
Nice.
how about you guys?
This what day is today?
Uh-huh.
Tuesday.
Last weekend was interesting. There were some highs, there were some lows. Yeah. And then started the new job this week. That so far is great. The people I'm working with are fantastic. Once I get my laptop, I'll be teleworking. Hopefully that happens tomorrow, the day after. Gosh. What else? I guess nothing too exciting to report there. Oh, and so this is I've done contract management, but now I'm getting like as a contract specialist, focus more on pre-award and then supporting the contracting officer on a very like massive contract. Divvied up, covers the whole world, all of the commissaries on every military installation around the globe for their maintenance and construction stuff. Anyways, it used to be done. It was handled by another agency. DECA just brought it in, and then the first contract that they had just wasn't really well written, and then everybody that was there to help start it, they're no longer there. So it might sound scary to some people, and in a way it is, but we have a brand new team, everybody within the last year or so. A lot of different experiences. Like I've worked the contract management side of that, of maintenance and construction in these buildings, and then we have people that are really strong on the contracting side. And so we kind of get to make it our own thing. I guess that's what's cool about it. I'm not falling into a process like, oh, you have to do this. It's we're looking at it and we're developing our own processes. We're figuring out how to use the field engineers to best support this contract. And at the same time, we already know that this contract is due to. So we're already planning on not renewing the options and writing a new one the way we want.
Is that a technical term?
Dude, it's in the FAR. It's in the it's FAR section 2.93.
This contract is doo-doo.
This contract is doo-doo. It's a termination for doo-doo. Anyways, I'm sure that's super boring to all of you, but if you know anything about me, I don't like a challenge when everything's just stupid without any chance of getting better. But I like a challenge where they're like, okay, this is messed up. You have free reign to fix it how you want. Like that, I love. And the team of people, I know I'm only on day 2, but the team of people I'm working with seem very like-minded, and this is going to be exciting. So
cool.
And I get to work from home a lot. So that's all great.
That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Chris, a simple countryman.
Simple countryman. Did simple things this weekend. I got my hair cut. Saw Super Mario, which was awesome. I enjoyed Super Mario.
Peaches.
Anyway, Super Mario was great. Like, everybody knew where it was going. Everybody knew what was going to happen, but it was still like a fun movie. It was a great way to enjoy part of the weekend. And then I had a moment on Friday, and I was telling you guys about it earlier, and then it kind of bled into Saturday, and then I came up with a plan on Sunday. But I just got this like depressed moment. Like I just don't feel like I'm doing enough to be where I want to be in my life. And so, when we first started this podcast, I was doing a billion things, and I was losing a lot of weight, and I was feeling great. I was feeling healthy, feeling happy, then back injury, then COVID, marriage, and everything just stopped. So I looked at Chanel and I was like, we got to make a change. Like, this just isn't going to work. And she was like, huh? I was like, no, not us. We're perfectly fine. But me.
Yeah. Like routine,
Thanks, Azul. I'm glad. I was actually thinking about it. I was going to ask you. Anyway, I was like, our routine it sucks. Like, I am tired of coming home and being tired for no reason, because my work is easy. Like, I sit at a desk, which is part of the problem. I sit at a desk all day and I open up bank accounts for people, and I advise them on their best options, and then I keep it moving. Like, there's nothing challenging about that. So mentally, I shouldn't be fatigued. I shouldn't feel the way I feel. So, like, I just decided Saturday afternoon, like, I'm going to go back to some of the way I was. I'm cutting the carbs out. I'm going back to, 90% water only. Like, every now and then I'll have a Diet Coke or something. And then I said, I'm going back to limiting my TV time, because that's one thing I did after the relationship and, being displaced for 2 years. I didn't have time to sit and watch TV. When I watched TV, it was literally in my car, and I was on my cell phone. It was like an hour, maybe an hour and a half max. And then I got bored with it. I'd go out and I'd walk and listen to YouTube videos or books. And
just
that's
be active.
Part of the reason why I did this. I was moving. So Saturday, for the first time, and probably since September, when I had the really messed up knee issue, because I keep injuring myself because I'm being lazy, I got out Sunday. I said, I'm just going to walk. Even if it's 15 minutes, I'm going to walk. And 15 minutes turned into like my back starting to hurt. So then I remembered one of the stretch specialists I see telling me that I really need to work on my posture again, because it was getting bad. So I straightened my posture up, and then 5 minutes later, my back wasn't hurting. Then 20 minutes later, I'm at a half an hour walking, and I'm like, okay, this really doesn't feel bad. And so then, an hour and 6 minutes, 3 miles later, I had done something I hadn't done in almost a year.
And then Chris couldn't move the next day.
No, but that's the crazy thing was like not having all the carbs and drinking all the water and doing a little bit of stretching. Like I woke up Monday after a nice, great, like best sleep I've had in a while, and I say, man, that felt great. Woke up. And I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, no problem. But then my body was like, all right, we're still gonna take it easy. Lay back down, went back to sleep for another hour and a half, got up Monday morning, felt great, went on a walk Monday, went on a walk today. I feel great, and I'm already literally, I know it sounds stupid, but seeing the results, I measure myself daily, I weigh myself daily, like, and just seeing the progress from just an hour and a half movement and then cutting out all of the freaking breads and sugars and stuff that I know I don't really need and that I'm allergic to anyway. And like, I don't hurt so much. So, and the other thing that sparked it was I literally remember telling Ian when we were having a conversation, like, go out for a walk, dude. It'll make you feel better. I was like, maybe I should keep my own freaking advice.
Yeah. Dude, were you laying on the couch as you sent that? Bro, go for a walk.
I was literally in the exact same position you're in right now. I was like, listen to the pot talking to the kettle.
Whenever I try to go
pick you up on that, man.
Whenever I try to go for a walk with my kids, it always turns into a run because it's chasing them because they're like, we're going for a walk. And then they take off. We're like, do not run the street.
My mom had us on leashes.
There you go.
Do y'all remember those like electrodes that you would like hook to your abs?
And advertisements for them.
And they remember those.
Yeah. I remember ads for them. But I never got one.
I used to have a set of those, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And they work?
They work better on your back.
I was sitting there laying on the couch with those things on my stomach, eating a bag of Cheetos.
Oh yeah.
my brother
cancels out.
My brother walks into the room. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Working out.
What does it look like I'm doing? Go away.
Dips the Cheeto in ice cream. This'll work.
Nice.
But no, I'm curious. Did it work at all?
It twitched the muscles, but it didn't actually do anything.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you could feel I could feel my arms waving around.
Right.
Yeah, it's low grade stim. Like I love it when you put it on your back in the right spot. That just loosens everything up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, last note before we get out of personal life though. Remember when I told you, I had all the back problems going on with the lower disc stuff, but then I was walking around at work and I wiped out and I landed on my back? I did tell you all that, right? Anyways.
Sure.
Well, that was more upper. It was more upper back and, definitely bruised some muscles. So like it was kind of painful getting through that. However, I think when I landed, I know I cracked like my whole back. It was like super chiropractor, like I felt it hurt it in my ears. But once like I got the muscles to relax from that fall with the medications I was taking, my lower back feels fantastic. I think I popped that disc back into place. Well, I mean, I still have to be very careful. Like I tried hopping on the trampoline the other day a little bit, and I felt the buzz a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm not fixed, but I think whatever was pushing on that nerve kind of slid back to the middle again. I'm like,
I thought you maybe having more pain somewhere else because I was be like life hack. If you ever stomach ache, just stab yourself in the leg. The stomach ache won't even
like
bother
major
you.
pain. Major pain breaks the finger. You ain't thinking about that leg no more.
Major pain.
Yeah. Quick disclaimer: do not injure yourself or cause bodily harm to yourself to avoid pain. Right. That's not a recommendation from the Wheel Reads. We are not doctors, nor do we ever try to be.
And I generally make poor decisions anyway, so don't trust a thing I say.
Yes, I agree. Cosign.
I'm the best internet doctor there is.
Dr. Google. All right, you guys ready?
WebMD the hell out of you.
Yeah,
how three different things.
How did you have anything you wanted to share? Or?
How's life?
How's life?
Not bad. Just hanging out. I'm actually getting ready for a vacation coming up.
Ooh, where are we going?
I am going to
No,
Norway.
we, not I. We.
Norway.
This is
Norway.
collective. When you go, we all go.
Oh, yeah,
You wanna
what's
look-
up, Chris?
I want to go to Norway.
How many tickets did you buy, Hal? Let's
Yeah.
go.
Did you get us? If not, we at least
Yeah.
need pictures in the
I think
Discord.
we have
I
lots
brought
of
3.
listeners. We have lots of listeners in Norway. So yeah. Well,
Yeah, you might
No,
find
I'm
a
doing,
group to hang out with out there.
Doing one of the fjord cruises.
cool.
I have looked into those. I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. I am actually super excited to hear your feedback because it's something that I want to save for maybe
Mhm.
a couple of years out from now, and go out there and try it. So
Also, that is one of those words that is just fun to say.
fjord, yeah.
Fjord. Going to check out the fjords. Going on a fjord cruise.
Mhm.
It's a great word.
Where this one is actually also going to North Cape,
Okay.
the northernmost point of Europe.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Never
So-
heard of it.
Cool. Are there any
Cool.
no-fly zones over there to be concerned with? I know a lot of stuff's happening in Europe. Let's
No,
okay.
not
Yeah.
not where I'm going.
Check
Yeah.
the State Department report on the day you leave, just in case the lines move. You never, But happy fjording.
Yeah.
May the fjord be with you, and also with you. We lift
All
our
right.
fjords up to you.
Chapter 8. A simple country woman.
Alan's like, we're not going there.
We're just gonna we're gonna move right along here. All right. So Perrin's coming to his camp, and there's lots of people there from everywhere, and none of them get along. Surprise, surprise. You have Mainers, Aiel, Two Riversmen, Kyrian, Taryn, Aes Sedai, and Ashaman, and they all have their own agendas. They're all trying to do their own thing, and
But they do bond in one way. Everywhere Perrin goes, it's Lord Perrin, Lord Perrin, Lord Perrin.
And
Lord
yet it all
Perrin.
smells like horse sweat, dung, and boiling goat meat. Very
Mhm.
unpleasant.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line.
Yeah.
Perrin's
Yep.
so awesome.
And then he goes
Sorry.
to he wanders over to the new group. So you have Maighdin, Lenny, Balwar, and then of course Tallanvor and Brienne and Langwin.
Wait,
and
who?
Basagil.
Who's that first one you said?
The very first one?
Yeah.
Maighdin?
Who?
Maighdin?
Who?
Or guys?
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Stop trying to
A simple country woman.
stop. I know they're trying to trick Perrin. But you
More
can't
gays
trick
who?
us.
Oh yeah, the reader already knows this. This is not.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so, but and it's very evident in this scene.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
and Fael's gone over to talk to them as well. And Perrin's just like, "Hey Basil, what's up, man?" Basil turns out, "Oh, who me?" It's like, "Yeah, do you think I didn't recognize you?"
Sits
What's
there
cooking, man?
ducking under his hat.
Right. He plays it cool though.
Yeah.
It's what's funny is like, so Perrin has his ability to smell everybody, which
Mhm.
that's still hilarious, and he's still trying to figure it out. Just because he smells certain feelings doesn't mean he quite knows what's happening, but he's getting better at
Right.
picking up on people's emotions and stuff. But anyways, Gil plays it off pretty good with the whole, oh well, you're a lord and all, and I'm just this lowly
humble innkeeper."
former innkeeper. I didn't want to bother you, but sure, we could talk if you want to talk. So
So
we knew they weren't going to actually just come out and say, oh, thank goodness it's you, Perrin. Let us tell you all of the truth and everything that's happening and who these people are. We knew that wasn't going to happen. So
what do you think about
Open communication.
what do you
Yeah,
think
we-
about Lenny's move here? Because I've
Well,
always thought,
there was some open communication. Magdalene's first comment. I have heard about that banner.
Mhm.
yeah, but before we get there with Basil Gill, when he comes over to talk to him, like Lenny's just standing right there. It's like, you're gonna tell him exactly the right thing, right? Right.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's not sus. Like,
you could definitely tell who's in charge at this moment,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is, I mean, so within their group, Morghese is still the important piece, and that's who everybody is there for.
mhm.
But how that group interacts with everybody else, Morghese is not supposed to play the role of somebody in charge.
Right.
No,
And
not
she's
at all.
fighting it a little bit. And this is where, like, I
Well,
wanted to be mad
slightly
at
in
Lenny because she was a
charge.
little annoying.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like, she wants the focus to be on her. If anybody's going to be suspected, make it me.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna
I
put
can
her
handle the
down.
heat.
Right. She's trying to keep the focus there, the heat,
Mm-hmm.
and don't even look at Margaze or
Yeah.
whatever we're calling her.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, so Basil Goat comes up with some random story about how he's there trading. He met up with this group of people and decided to run along with them and yada yada yada. And
He's like, see,
parents
what
like-
had happened was
and I've done this before. You get caught, something, and you start just making up this crazy story, and then it starts getting more and more crazy, and then like your parents just go like, "So what really happened?"
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
I swear that's
so
what happened. It was
we
just
did
insane.
skip. I'm gonna take a pause right there. We did skip over. He did address Maighdin. Is that how you pronounce it?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
She was addressed first because she straight out called him out for the banner first.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
was the first
so
thing, the Manethrin thing and the back and forth.
So
about-
I don't want to miss that because
I thought that was the next scene. Sorry, but yeah.
No, you're good. She's like, I know you are a buyer of the is it Two Rivers name, I think. He's like, well, we don't don't know much about lawful rulers in the Two River, Mistress Maighdin, or how you pronounce it.
Yeah, so I'm sure
And
Margaze
he's
was a
like-
great queen, but
Yeah, and I thought to myself when I read that this should be the moment where she just like flat out claims it,
yeah.
and she doesn't. I
think
I
it's
think-
good that she doesn't, because Perrin would pause and in his mind be like, "God, I really just don't understand women at all," and then out loud be like, "Yeah, so what? Who cares? You got is your queendom here? No, we got shit to do. Get in line." Like Perrin, he would process it for 2 seconds and be like, "I don't have time for that shit. You're not being helpful here." Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Go hang out with Fael. She enjoys that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
but then we might like get her to Rand quicker.
True.
Because I feel like
Yes.
it's coming. She's got to make her way to Rand.
Yeah, I mean, in this whole thing, she does actually ask about, what's going on with Andor, and Perrin says, well, Rand's there holding the throne to give it to Elaine, and Morgaze
That's
is
where
like,
she
give
almost
it,
snaps.
give it.
Yeah.
No one gives the throne.
He intends to put her on the throne. No
Yeah.
man puts a queen on the lion throne. Elaine will claim the throne of Andor by her right. Like, that's a dead giveaway. Perrin or somebody should have been like,
Perrin-
gung-ho
Oh,
about this.
that's not suspicious at all.
Perrin could
Yeah.
have put her in her place without knowing by being like, well, I don't know about putting a woman on the throne, but a man definitely took the last queen off. Dong, because that's 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Lenny comes in and goes, Maighdin, you don't know your place. Sometimes she gets like this, she needs to apologize. Sorry, Lord Perrin. He's like, I'm not a lord.
Yeah. Stop calling me a lord. I don't want
And
to
of
be
course,
a
in his
lord.
mind, are all women crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm. And this is also where Fael comes over. I think this is also where Maighdin, I guess, or Lenny. There's a Maighdin or Lenny who suggested that or Fael.
Well, Fael
Lenny.
suggests that they need to go get a bath, and Lenny suggests that they kind of enter into service. here.
Yeah. Okay.
So very smart on her because she gets to stay close to the action. She gets to hear what's going on. They get to really judge Fael and Perrin here to see whether or not he's worthy of their secret. And they're also going to have warnings in advance. Like, all right, we need to get the F out of here. Like, we need to go. So I give Lenny by far was the best
Smart.
character at this moment. Yeah.
Try to consider what Morgaze has been through and how that might affect her and change. I mean, true to me.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, 100%.
I'll say this. I might say some ridiculous things during these 2 chapters, mostly because, well, they're okay and informative chapters. These aren't like woohoo chapters, right? So I'm kind of picking on Morgaze just to have something to do. But I love Morgaze. Up until this point. Maybe she'll do something crazy in the future. But as of right now,
I mean, and she carried herself
I got
phenomenally.
respect.
She did and I say Lenny coached her into doing all of the right things.
yeah, their plan right now is good. Very good.
Yeah. So I'm just playing on the whole. I like for things to happen. Like if it's
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna aggressively go at a certain thing. Like how long does it take for her to actually confess to him? How?
Yeah, when does
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who?
I is it later in this book?
Who
or
are we
the
talking
next
about?
Book? Like,
Maighdin?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
when does she come clean to being more gays?
Oh.
All right, this is gonna
To
be
who?
tough because right, Hal does not even give. He's not going red. There's no giggle. There's
I
no
don't even think he's
telltale.
watching our show. I think he's like doing something else on his computer.
He's
not
being
gonna
He's
do
I'm on
getting
anything.
stuff on the crack.
he's being coached by everybody else that's almost spoiled us, and they're
Yeah.
like, whatever you do, don't make eye contact with Chris when he asks you a question directly.
He's looking up his trip to the fjord.
The fjords.
Fjords.
Planning things right now.
Booking excursions.
Right.
Exactly. He didn't switch at all. He didn't even acknowledge me. He's just like, eh.
Is that what you talking about?
It's a
All
very
right.
good tactic to use. I try not to listen to them at all either when they're talking. Just, huh? What are you talking about?
We'll get you to crack, Hal. It's gonna happen.
Actually,
Okay,
they all
sure.
do.
Sure.
That's it.
Do
Good
they?
luck.
Yeah. So any thoughts about Mergaze and all that stuff? Any questions how you have for them or any?
Well, I mean, Morgaze is she's hiding who she is definitely the right thing to do right now, based on the information that she has.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, as far as she knows, this is just a giant army of dragon
Rebels.
sworn.
Or rebels, Manethran rebels.
Right.
way.
Well, that's kind of
Yeah.
what she opened with. She,
Yeah.
she called it a rebellion.
She doesn't
That's
know where
fair.
Manethran is on a map. She
And,
could point
I mean,
at the two rivers if
as
she
far
wanted
as she's
to.
concerned, I mean, Perrin just might. Oh, so you're Morgaze? I'm all right. Got this cleared up. We don't have to deal with you anymore.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. And like we know what we know as a reader, but even she doesn't know what Rand's intentions are, and what Perrin shared with her probably doesn't make her feel any better about
Right.
Rand and what he's doing. So I get it. I still had to
I
pick
mean,
on her a little bit.
To her, I'm gonna put, or Rand's gonna put Elaine on the Lion Throne. I mean, could mean that he plans to, put her on there, puppet
Right.
her around, and pull the strings. And
Yep.
And of
That's
course,
true.
Mergaze doesn't know Elaine and Rand's relationship at all. I mean,
I was going to say Rand would like to sit her on.
Well,
his
neither
lap
does
on
Rand,
Iron
really.
Throne.
oh,
Yeah.
good
That's
point.
true. I agree with that, Hal. I completely agree.
Touche.
So, Alan, who was the king that wouldn't let the priest put the crown on him because he wouldn't be crowned by anybody? He took the crown from him, put it on his own head.
You're talking about Charlemagne?
Was it Charlemagne?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but like to that effect, like you don't crown me,
He crowned himself the king of the Holy Roman Empire,
right?
and called it the Holy Roman Empire, even though it had nothing to do with Rome. Like a lot of people are confused. Like the Holy Roman Empire, the HRE, was not in Rome.
It
It
wasn't
was
very
not
holy.
Germany.
It was in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really an empire. It was just like a list of. It was a group of warring countries that like were kind of going to work together, but not really.
Yeah.
It was really that's really messed up.
I'm not supporting Charlemagne at all, but the move of if your goal is to be like in charge of everything, and in the ceremony somebody's about to place a crown on your head. The story is he took it from their hand and put it on his own head. Like,
Yes.
you're
Go
not
to
going
the
to crown
Pope.
me.
Right.
Crown myself.
Hal,
Right.
are you a history guy?
Yes.
Boy, he is
Just
not going to
by
crack.
trade or because I'm asking questions. It's a simple question. Like by trade
just,
or by
just
choice?
for fun. I enjoy history.
Okay.
That's how Alan stumbled into it.
Yeah, but I majored in it.
Oh, did you? I thought you
Yeah.
were like me. Well, so I had enough credits where I could have got a history minor, but they only
Yeah.
let you get 2, and I already had 2 majors. But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's a history.
mine
major.
was just for fun.
Yeah, I was a
Those
history
were all
major.
my electives. Oh, kissies.
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
got back from a big event. So
Oh,
Okay.
it's so sweet.
So
Mhm.
after all this is when we get into Gil's story, where it's a bunch of half truths are flat out lies, and Lenny adds a little bit to it here and there. But one thing they get out of it was that the Sanchin have taken Amador, and parents.
I was gonna say, was it a Gil's conversation really at all?
He tried to start it.
He tried.
did.
And then she chimed in and took over.
Bro, like not even masterfully. She just flat out talked to the hand.
Bulldozed in there.
Yeah. And like she's clearly gonna be probably my character of the chapter, if not of these two chapters. The way she inserted herself to make sure that she controlled the narrative was keen perfection. It shows somebody who has dealt with people that are supposed to be better than her for a very long time, but has also been able to control and even influence, if not outright, make a decision.
Right.
And so, mind you, she didn't do it as tactfully as I feel like she may have done others. She realizes that Perrin's not really about that. So,
yeah, I think to add credit to what you're saying is she when she started, my first stance was like I was getting annoyed with her, but that only lasted a split second. And as she kept going, I was like, okay, I see what she's doing here. Actually, okay, no, okay, I got respect for that. And part of it's because like when we first met Gil, like who doesn't love Gil, right? The best innkeeper, cool dude. And she's talking over him, kind of putting him in his place and correcting him. And you're like, well, don't get all up in this man's story, but she's good at what she's doing. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And of course, Perrin's, unsettled by the whole fact that Shanchen are back in force, taking Amador. But then it also goes into the whole thing of, I guess now that they're away from more gays, they're like, yeah, and Perrin, you need to marry Tallanvor and Maighdin because they need to get over themselves, and you just need to force it. Just be like, you two are now married. I'm a lord. Perrin's like, I'm not a lord. I'm not doing that.
This was a little bit of a curveball.
Yeah.
The why? That's my question. Why? Why is it so important that she gets married off? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
So part of it might be because she truly feels those two should just be together, and I think there's evidence. I think there's evidence of that.
And part of it could just be her trying to control.
Could be her trying to control. And I guess this last one might still fall under both of those, like trying to help her out. It might be so that she isn't like a maiden in this camp of all these different factions and all these different men that might be hitting on her or whatever. If she's married, she'll kind of be protected some from that.
Yeah.
Which would protect her from questions or acting out like, more gays would act out.
Yeah. Yeah. So Perrin's confused by all that, so he excuses himself and decides to go look for Fail and walks through a whole crowd of people that are like, we later find out are called Fail. Fail. And
the Falcon's Talon.
Falcon's Talon. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he finds Fail talking to Maighdin, and that's when you find out they've all been taken into their service by Fail. And Perrin's like, I need to tell you everything that Gil just said, and goes through everything, and the first thing she says is like, ooh, weddings? That sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. And Perrin's like, no.
I said, what are you talking about? This is not the goal here. We have Shanchen to worry about. Like,
Fail's like, wedding. We have all this other stuff going on, and she says wedding. He goes, oh, did you see wedding?
Yeah. It's interesting. Perrin just wants to stay focused on the mission. He's like, let's just get it done and get out of here. But Fail is the one that sees the potential of not just what he could become, but what they could become together in his lordship. And I also don't feel like it's a greedy, like lust for power either. I mean, what we know of Perrin, if he's in a leadership position, like I have faith that everything he does is going to be for the good of the people he's in charge of. But I get that feeling for Fail too. She just appreciates and understands like the politics side of it a whole lot more than he does. So when Perrin does absolutely nothing in terms of building his lordship and his presence and how he looks and how he acts, Fail has to do it all for him because he does nothing. So again, even if you want to start to get annoyed with Fail, like she's the balance that Perrin needs because he's so far in the other direction.
Agreed.
If that makes sense. So at least right now it's working,
Yeah.
And a wedding in camp would brighten spirits. It would pull. It would give a different type of attraction to the newcomers. It would remove some questions.
Yeah.
So I could see the benefits.
last time they had a wedding, they took a whole book off.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. And we're still waiting for them cubs.
You know what? Never mind. Skip the wedding. Skip the wedding.
Perrin who?
Perrin who? So-
If I have another book and a half of no Perrin, then I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, and Perrin also in this instant also makes another attempt to get rid of the banners, but Fael talks him out of it. And explains to them like, hey, people rally behind banners. Like, it's. I know you say you don't want to be a lord and all this other stuff, but this is what this is. This used to be Manethrin.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
go. Be.
And what was it? Who was the one that gave him? Was it Fael talking to him about how it also would be the right kind of distraction?
Mm-hmm.
Or was that somebody else that was?
No, it was all Fael.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty crafty because then she sold it to him also like in a way that Perrin would accept it.
Right.
Like if you're flying these banners, look, people have tried this before. You're big, but you're not that big. Like you're not one of the major threats that are out there. So if you fly these banners, like the people beneath us that might be an annoyance, they're not going to want to bother us. The people above us that we might have to worry about, they're going to think we're not a threat. Like we could just
think we're some crackpots.
Right. Just kind of get right through the cracks. So it's good. She worked him over good. Because he said, okay.
Yep. She advised him well.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So then we switch to later that night. Perrin finally goes to sleep, and Fael tries to get sneaky, and she sneaks out of the tent to go meet with her gang. And
I find it interesting that she has this whole big crew, and he doesn't really know anything about it. I'm like, for real, this is Perrin. Like, you should be able to smell her smell leaving, and then you should like track her down and use your golden eyes to see that she's with a crowd of people. And I mean, he knows loosely about them, but he doesn't know to the depth.
He knows that she took them on as like a little charity case.
Yeah.
But they're sending out scouts and getting reports and all sorts of stuff that Perrin.
He doesn't know that she put them to work.
A good spider.
I don't think Perrin. It's not that he doesn't care, and I think he probably does kind of know, but I don't think he wants to be involved in it at all. I think it's more he's happy that she has something that she's doing, and it's not necessarily causing him problems.
Yeah, I mean, it was up to Perrin. He just wanted to be a blacksmith. I mean, he doesn't want to do anything.
Right. I could just see him like, even if he finds out and she's like, oh, I didn't know if you'd have an issue with this. He'd probably be like, I just, if it makes you happy.
She's doing what he doesn't do. That's exactly what it is.
But probably needs to be done. So
yes, of course. We need a spy network. You have to know what's going on around you, especially when you're supposedly in power. There's got to be a level of control to maintain. Yeah. And Fael knows that very well because she grew up in it. So
true that.
Yep. Anything from the Chaw Fael? I mean, thoughts about the Chaw Fael?
I mean, I think that this network is a lot larger than what we even realize, or it will become a lot larger. And B, they're going to play a very instrumental part in the future of Fael and Lord Perrin's ruling. Because, they're going to get their own little...
Or C, they get infiltrated by a dark friend or worse.
Yeah, there's that too. I don't know.
They're everywhere.
I don't know, though. Fael's too smart for all that.
She's got a
what you
dash
think,
of... She has a dash of naivety.
Oh, what? I wasn't listening.
How you feel about a dark friend getting into her group? You think it's possible?
Or let's say every group.
Sure.
There is always the possibility.
What about probability? You're right. Possibilities are always there. What about probability?
Well, with all the people in the world, Why wouldn't a couple dark friends be hanging out
Here and
around
there.
them?
Yeah.
Ooh.
On a scale from like 1 to 100, like 1% to 100% certain, it's probably like somewhere between 1% and like 99%. Somewhere in there.
I'm
Gotcha.
leaning towards 99.
Yeah.
And we're because
It's
in
somewhere
this next chapter we're
right
about
there.
to run into a creeper.
I won't give it 100 and I won't give it 0, but somewhere between 1 and 99, I think is where it
Gotcha.
is where it falls.
Unless it turns out there's no such thing as a dark friend, and Alan and I were supposed to be friends this whole time. Oh man.
Yeah, there's no such thing as Black Aja.
Do we hug now? This...
Y'all are
Virtual
close
hug.
enough.
Yeah. We can do a virtual like this side, virtual high five.
Wait, that's my wall.
There we go.
I don't know.
I don't know what just happened. So anyway, Morghese. Yeah, she's lying under one of the wagons. It's nighttime. She's just thinking, and Tallanvor comes to visit, and does a little
Howling.
Little,
better.
little kissy kiss
Yes.
after some arguing a little bit. So
I'm
here-
upset. I'm upset too. Oh, the stress.
Hmm.
yeah, she threatens to kick him. Like, well, not threatens. She just
Yeah.
says, like, if you don't like it, you can leave. And he's like, I won't leave unless you tell me to go.
You didn't abdicate your wit or your pride when you gave up the throne, he muttered. Ooh. He talked dirty to her.
Mm.
She likes it when people tell her off. We've learned this about her. If you mean to pretend that you did, I suggest you avoid letting Lenny get you alone. She wants a word with Maighdin, or whatever her name is. And I suspect she won't be as gentle with her as she was with Morghese. Morghese is gone. Like, she's...
Has to be.
Yeah, it's out of necessity. And then you think she did abdicate her throne. So she now really has no power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She has no status.
She mumbled it to the wind, so who knows that she has.
She
but
does.
She has, right?
She's an honorable woman. So
correct. I agree with that.
I would be like, I didn't abdicate a damn thing. Like,
right.
We got out.
Every time she's talking to herself, she brings that up to herself.
Yeah. She's well aware.
Mm-hmm.
But is that just because she's trying to talk herself into that?
I mean, once she finds out that her daughter is all about the Dragon Reborn, she may have a change
try
of
and take
heart.
it back.
Now she's a
I
woman.
still don't think
of
she
honor.
would. I still feel like.
Thank you, Maighdin.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Maighdin.
I don't. Maighdin. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think she's gonna Maighdin. I think she's got too much honor to not give her daughter the throne, and Rand's still kind of beside himself as to whether or not he can love multiple women. So it's gonna be a while before that all gets cleared up. So it's not like she's gonna crawl on his lap the minute she sees him. Oh wait, that did happen once before. Maybe it does happen again.
He is Taviran.
I have really naughty thoughts right now. These are those moments I wish Tree was on. Making her turn super red.
Yeah. To give some away.
Like, will they all be in the chamber room when he gets home?
How many sister wives will be in the room with him?
What do you think? What do you think about this whole relationship with Tallanvor?
I think it's a positive one. He sets her straight. He lets her know what's real.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not another dark friend. She's already been through enough of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just build a relationship off the past or even the present. You got it. Like, what do they both want out of their future? And, that's either got to align or they have to both be so apathetic about the future that so long as they end up together, it doesn't matter where they are. But either you're chasing the same goals or it's going to be what it's going to be as long as we're together. And if you could confirm one of those two, then you're good to go.
I think they share the objective of getting her where she belongs and getting Andor.
Where does she belong? Where does she
She
belong?
belongs in Andor beside her daughter.
That'd be awkward. No, I don't think so. You don't pass it off to be like, I'm gonna stand here next to you and
Well, not
he'll look her
parallel.
up where she belongs, where eagles fly on the mountain.
She'll be parallel. Like she'll get a little.
if you're listening, not watching, I'm just shaking my head at
she'll get a
Alan.
little country home. Off to.
I thought you were gonna go Josh Groban on me. You lift me up.
That's raised, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Now I was doing Moulin Rouge, but yeah,
right. Yeah.
Hal
Hal is still not impressed. He's like, guys.
I was like, I wasted my night.
Every time I think of Josh Groban, I think of the Ben Affleck video.
Oh,
I haven't seen that.
I heard Josh
Now you-
Groban is going to be in a Broadway show up in New York. I've got to figure out which one because I'm going. I love me some Josh Groban.
I love Josh Groban too, but I don't know about Broadway. He didn't really.
I will close my eyes and just listen to him. I don't need to see him do anything. That voice is powerful.
I know, but is it a Broadway voice?
We about to find out.
There's a difference in operatic / like great vocals and then having a Broadway voice. Like some Broadway people don't sing well; they just talk well.
That's true. Yeah, he can't. I
He
would
may
imagine
outsing the
if
show.
there's anything like too fast paced or upbeat, it might not be in his wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got to have some powerful, some notes to hit, some range.
The swaying, push.
A little.
I couldn't hear him going like, "There's a bright golden haze in the meadow." That's just.
Or he might.
Golden haze.
If he does it, he's going to do a version that you've never imagined before and never thought could be so good.
And again, it's going to overpower everybody else. So
Yeah.
So that's how we end this chapter with Maighdin thinking about. Well, actually, ends it with Maighdin thinking about ways, or Morgase thinking about ways to get back at Tallanvor or put him in his place.
Yeah.
And how to help Elaine. And that's it. Yeah.
Now, so I have a question about this chapter.
Go for it.
Full send.
With all the people in this chapter, how do you think any of them recognized Morgase as Morgase?
Yes, somebody has to.
Got to. I have been thinking that. Like, if she is who she is, well, we know she is who she is. That's a dumb way to start it. And all of these people, there's got to be.
So here was my first initial.
I was thinking Fael might.
Okay, you and me both. No. Don't take that away from yourself.
Okay.
The minute they went off to have their own conversation, I was like, "Oh, Fael knows."
Ooh.
And then Fael's like, "I like her. She's feisty." Fael, excellence, understands and recognizes excellence.
I mean, it's kind of a plot hole as big as Clark Kent, the Daily Planet. Like,
right.
Superman, but no one recognizes him when we put on glasses.
The glasses, though.
Somebody now.
So if you think Fael knows, do you think that when she was off talking to Maighdin, that Maighdin now knows that she knows, or do you think that she is keeping that tucked away?
I think that there is hope that she does not know.
I wish I had that Ben Stiller gift right now. I know that you know that we know that you know that we know.
The files are in the computer.
I think that she believes that she's convinced them enough, and hopes that she has convinced them enough that Fael doesn't know. But Fael knows. I am right there with you on that one, Ian. 100%.
She knows.
I think
when they had their little sidebar, how that's actually when in my brain I was like, wait a minute, does Fael know? I was like, well, if anybody in this immediate group knows, it would be Fael. But then I was like, well, at the very least, Fael recognizes in her that she is not a simple country woman.
And Fael has an objective. She
Right.
wants to help her man overthrow this group and seize control of this space.
Oh, she's
So
thinking
she's
bigger
not
than
gonna-
that, but that's
Yeah.
step one. Sure. She's thinking
So
bigger than
she's
that.
not
for her
gonna
man.
deter what she has going on for him by going, oh, that's Elaine's mom. Because right away, that would change what Perrin has to do. Perrin would feel obligated to get her to safety.
But I could see Fail telling her, being like, because of that, saying, I know who you are. And I'm going to help you keep your secret. Because if you don't keep your secret and you cause problems here, I'm going to cause problems for you.
But then that
da-da-da.
gives her power. Fail's too smart for that.
Ooh,
It gives her
you think
authority.
Fail would... Nah,
No. It gives if Fail admits to know who she is, then it gives her a level of authority, and then it gives some type of respect
I've got
that
the
she'd
power.
have to give her. But if you want to pretend like you're a nobody,
She doesn't belong to her kingdom.
but hear me out. If you want to pretend like you're a nobody, and you want me to continue to pretend like you're a nobody, I'm gonna pretend like you're a nobody, so I could treat you like a nobody and get away with it the whole time.
See, that's a possibility too.
If I'm and Fail is that slick, like she's been raised that
Yeah.
way. Like
I don't think Fail would do that to like get off on it, to have power over somebody like that.
Oh no,
but I
it's
think
just to
she
keep
would.
her in check.
Right. I could see that too.
I'd say Fail would do that because she's trying to make sure her husband retains power.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, Hal? When did she know it was Morghese?
He did smile. We saw
Sure.
a twitch. There was a twitch. We saw a smile.
The smile grew a little bit.
Well, here's
I'll stop and running guests if
here's
you
the
guys
thing.
react to this. Go ahead, Val.
Oh, Hal, you're.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
oh,
I could read lips. I could read lips. I got it. Chris, I'll fill you in later.
Awesome. I
Know
appreciate
exactly what he said.
Well,
nice.
on a separate note from Morghese, do you think anybody recognized Brienne?
Uh,
I don't even remember Brienne, if I'm being honest. That's
She was a noblewoman in the Kyrian court that was like all Google eyes and ran during the Days de Mar book 2, and then when the palace was destroyed, she
and
ran
she's
off.
traveling with them also, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's filmed
She's the
both,
one. She's the one who's dating
Yeah. the other
Lamekins.
guy. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. If not like this immediate group, like again, there's so many people here, and within the people here, you got to have folks that have traveled. Even the Ashaman, do we know exactly where they came from? Because they came from all over.
Yeah.
The two that are with them, one is from Andor and one is from Murandy.
Right. So like you have people that could potentially have seen people before, or seen Morghese or
Oh,
whoever.
I'm
so
dumb.
right. So there's certainly opportunity for it. You got to think in a group this large from people all over, somebody knows somebody.
I just
Ashima
got what you were saying, Ian. It hit me like when you first asked, like, does anybody know where the Ashman came from? And I was like, yeah, we read the chapter. Like, Rand went to the Black Tower. Like, and I was like, are you an idiot? Like,
No, like,
But like you said, one of them is from
individually, were
Andor, so he probably knew exactly who Morghese is.
You know,
He just didn't say anything.
but would every
'Cause-
person from Andor recognize the queen if they saw her?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Like the lowest of low, depending where they came from. But
oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they have Instagram.
right. Well, is her face on a coin? I mean,
I doubt it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't imagine that they change currency every couple of years to put a new person on there.
that's
Roman's
yeah.
dead.
And look what happened to them. And look
Hmm.
what happened to them.
Yeah, but the Andorran coins are the
Yeah.
heaviest coins,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that'd be expensive.
Yeah, they do.
But so, do you guys remember what Brienne's last name is?
Of Tar.
No, that's the easiest answer. No, not at all.
No. Domadred?
Nope.
Yeah, I tried. That's the only one I could think of.
Taborwin,
As opposed to Tabor Lost.
which also happens to be the last name of Dobrain.
Oh, wasn't there mention of this Or in one of the previous chapters, wasn't she talking about? No, or was this the prologue?
I don't
Wasn't
know.
there talk about him in the prologue?
Dobrain? Yeah, Dobrain's been in the
Dobrain.
book still. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's with the
he's all over the place.
Yeah, he's with Matt.
Yeah, he's the one who went with Perrin to rescue Rand out of the box.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah,
okay,
he's with. Yeah, that's right.
if you go to the conspiracy theory thing with the strings all over the place, all you did is you took that mess and you added a different color string.
Mhm.
And I know you connected 2 dots,
Right.
but it's doing
Well,
nothing for
So
me.
speaking
How?
of
Well,
all
So
of
that
the
could be his
strings,
daughter.
chapter 9, Tangles.
Tangles, there we go.
I'm gonna take 2 minutes.
that was
Run to
the
restroom.
segue.
That's a
Good
segue.
job.
Chapter 9, Tangles. We're gonna keep going, Chris. You do what you gotta do. So Perrin wakes up, and Fael's already busy, and the whole camp's already awake because Perrin slept in, apparently. And he's trying to find some breakfast because that's important. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. Is I roll out of bed. Actually, first thing I do is try to find coffee. I don't try to find breakfast. It's coffee. I crawl my way to the kitchen and turn the pot on and like.
Yeah, I don't even eat till lunch these days. It's nothing but coffee in the morning.
Yeah, coffee. I might get a granola bar or something like that, but yeah, coffee, definitely coffee. And he's annoyed by the whole Lord things. Aram's been sleeping right by his tent like a little puppy dog. And yeah,
Do we not respect Aram? He's going to have a significant role, I think, in a negative way, but he's going to do big things.
Why do you say that?
Accidentally, like negative. Yeah, like sometimes. I mean, when you have blind followers, that always runs into turns into trouble, and he's kind of that to Perrin.
Mhm.
He probably doesn't totally understand Perrin's mission, but he's like, "I'll just follow you to the death."
Yeah,
But
He
he doesn't really
blindly
understand it.
follows.
He lost his way, and
Right.
Perrin is his. This is the way.
Mhm.
This is the way. But does he understand the way? Because Perrin doesn't communicate what his way is very well, or why his way is, or how his way is,
Mhm.
or who his way is,
Or what?
or when his way is.
Yeah.
Perrin doesn't communicate.
Yeah. Not well at all. In fact, Perrin doesn't even know what's going on. He gets out of his tent and he spots Master Gil. He wants to have a word with him. But Fael's made him the Shambayan, which is the person responsible for getting all personal supplies and needs for Perrin. So like Fael's kind of like run this whole camp and Perrin doesn't even know what's going on. So
He's like a major domo.
Yeah. But I like the whole I'm going to get you some Two Rivers tobacco, even though I don't know if we will find it. And Perrin's like, I just bought a couple barrels full. It's enough for everybody.
But it's not Two Rivers tobacco.
But this is his separate ration of the Two Rivers specifically for Lord Perrin. So this could be like good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially the logistics thing and the supply thing. If everybody kind of has what they need and then some, so there isn't a scarcity, then it's okay if the leadership has some fine things. But once leadership has fine things and people are going without, that could actually cause problems. So I'm sure Fael's smart enough to know that, and that's being balanced out. But yeah, I thought about that a lot too. We talked about logistics of moving soldiers around before in other episodes, but this in particular,
Carrying a bed,
the way, well, not just that, but everything. They, there's thousands of them. They go to this place and they gotta poop and pee somewhere. They gotta get water. They gotta eat. Perrin keeps spending money, so yes, they have the ability to buy stuff, but I don't know. It's just very hard to move that many people over any sort of distance.
Yeah, if
and
you
keep
go
them
back,
content and healthy.
If you look at like Ancient Wars, like not with the invention of boats and cars and tanks and transports, but like when people marched for thousands of miles to battle, like you read stories about like how much they marched a day, and you're like, oh, it's not actually that far. And like, yeah, but to move,
All of
it's
that
not
stuff.
fast. It's
'Cause
a
you gotta
very
break down
slow
camp.
Right.
And then make it to where you're going and set up camp
Camp.
and do security and
That's
Yeah.
why back when Matt was alive, he liked that whole. He liked getting his army to move so fast.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hal, I just want y'all to know if you're watching, you're like, all right, Hal's only cracked 2 medium-sized smiles. Maybe he doesn't have a sense of humor. But if you're listening, that was clearly a joke he said there. Matt is very much alive. We're about to get an entire book or 2 on Matt hanging out with his new wife in Shanchan land.
Matt who?
Daughter of the 9 moons, Matt.
Okay. Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
Matt
still have to be
who?
worried. Got me worried a little bit.
Sure.
Sure.
Rip Matt.
Anyways, so also Balwar is now, I guess, his secretary. That's another thing he finds out.
And where does Balwar come from? Yeah, like I listened to this twice, and it didn't.
He was the
quite
personal
make sense.
secretary of Pedro Nile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
but
he
like, who
helped-
did he come in with?
Yeah, he came in with more gays
he
than them.
came with-
He
When
helped
the
them
Shanchan
gays
attacked,
escape.
Yeah.
he
Huh?
joined
Yeah.
them and escaped with them from the Shanchan. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, with
okay.
them.
He helped them get away from the Shanchan and
Yeah.
So
and,
this
you know,
is a new version of. Did it describe his nose? This is the new More Death. This is the new. What's his name? The peddler.
Patton Fane?
No,
Patton Fane.
Patton Fane, no.
He has ability to like kind of morph, shapeshift, disguise his identity. That's
Yeah,
what's
but
going
do
on
you
here.
really think that's the case?
That's
I
the
feel like
creepy vibes I got.
No, Perrin would smell him out in a heartbeat.
Parents
be like,
distracted by so
You're
much
too
other stuff.
familiar. No. I can't. I cannot believe that Perrin would let somebody like Patton Fane that close to him.
But did he have like his good sniffing abilities before when he ran into Patton Fane before?
Yeah.
Would he even know to associate those two smells?
Yeah, he did in the past.
maybe he's just really good at hiding things.
Yeah, maybe he just spritz a little cologne on.
Oh, Bauer was in the same scene with Fane earlier. Fane
Mm.
could have swapped places with him, but I don't believe it.
Could have killed him and then like took his identity.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Nope. I'm not taking that as an answer.
All right, fair enough. I'm just spitballing here. I'm trying to make these chapters
that's
exciting.
A good random question. It has nothing to do with these chapters, but what happened to Slayer?
Slayer. He's still in the Misty Mountains.
He's
all
still in there. Slayer.
All butt hurt.
Yeah. He's not slain.
No.
Nah, he's coming back.
Slay King,
Doesn't he have a
slay.
boo boo? Didn't he get a boo boo?
Yeah, he got a boo boo.
Yeah, he's healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hasn't been
Is
around
he?
since.
Is he though?
Yes,
Can he even heal
he'll be back.
in that capacity?
How can he heal? When can he?
How can he feel?
Slayer's on tour.
Yeah, Slayer's on tour. There we go. Yeah.
Is
So
he's just hanging out, kicking his feet up at some evil inn somewhere.
Yeah, where they
Yep.
all hang out.
So Bauer's full of information.
Evil.
Useful things. It has a hatred towards White Cloaks too. Which
But respect at the same time.
right.
Mhm.
Don't underestimate him.
And he knows that parents had problems with them. But yeah, so
Yeah, it's never fun dealing with somebody like this because, you know, parents got to be suspect of him a little bit because he's just suspicious. But at the same time, he does have some valuable intel. But you also got to know whatever a person like this is telling you is for their end and for their gain, not necessarily for yours.
yeah.
So you know they have valuable info, but you can't trust it.
He's
Yeah.
the spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think there's something suspicious about Perrin going, man, I wonder where the prophet is. And Bauer saying, oh, he's right here.
I know exactly where it is. I know
Well, I mean-
because somebody mentioned these inns, and I just happen to know these inns only exist in one place.
I mean, he was connected in being who he was in his prior life. So he does have all this information because they're keeping tabs on him. He's only regurgitating what he knows because of what he was told in his prior position. It's just all information Perrin did not have access to before. So it's just new news to Perrin.
Yeah, still sus.
Yeah, but his immediate information is going to dwindle real quick, and then he's going to become useless. Either that, or he is really as good as he says he is, and he's become invaluable to Perrin.
One or the other.
I have to also. So I didn't read through these. I listened through them a couple times, and in the audio books, when Michael Kramer does his voice, he makes him sound creepy. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the text says that he says it in a creepy voice.
No.
But that's just the voice that was chosen for him. It's a little creepy. So I don't know. Maybe I'm misjudging him, but I got creeped out by him.
Interesting. Anyway, so Perrin goes on to inspect all the camps.
He's probably your dark friend.
Gotta be.
So he approaches the Aiel tents and is intercepted by Haven Durrell to come inspect the Maynard camp, which he says, is nice and orderly, better than Two Rivers camp. They're keeping everything nice and neat. Perrin makes his way through there and compliments them and says he has to go speak to the wise ones. So he excuses himself and goes to speak to the wise one, and they're just like, has a meeting. So,
well, he was kind of told he needs to speak to the wise ones, right? People have been giving him crap. Who in particular was giving him crap about the wise ones and saying, I think I heard them scream?
No, the Aes Sedai, they're mistreating the Aes Sedai,
yeah.
I can't remember who said it, but yeah.
But anyways, he's on a mission.
I think Aram, maybe.
Yeah, it was Aram.
Yeah, it could have been.
So, I mean, going back to that whole camp situation, like going through the Manor camp, he had to remember to be Lord Perrin and not just like Perrin of Ara, because he was given a lot of grief because he would do simple things like check the shoes of the horses and give some pointers and tips. So then it made the people feel less than, like, okay, this Lord feels like we can't do our jobs.
Yeah, he feels that he needs to do his own horseshoes. And
so this right here instilled in them a sense of honor and value, which, I think is going to go a long way for Perrin in the near future here, as he needs these people to follow him more or less blindly into a situation that he is fully unaware of. So I want to give credit to Fael and whoever else it was. It was Aram then too, who said, look, you need to be a little bit more aware, situationally aware. Like, your actions have real consequences now.
Yeah.
And then giving Aram his word, like, yes, I'll make sure that things are going well with the Aes Sedai. That carries weight because Aram has had his back the whole way. He may not be appreciative of Aram the way he should be, but Aram has been his number one guy from the minute he stepped off the Tuathalan camp.
Sure, stuck to him.
And to your point about Perrin, giving them compliments and helping them out, that's something that a lot of leaders lose sight of, because as a leader, a lot of times you're thought, okay, you're supposed to look for weaknesses and kinks in the chain and ways to improve. Right. But morale is really important. So if you're just going in places and just searching for reasons to get bad at someone or searching for the problems, you're going to destroy morale. Like, there's a fine line of making sure it's tip top and run smoothly, but not to the point where you're beating them down because you're just going in there searching
can't
for
spend
a
all
problem.
the time looking for the flaws and ignore the good things.
Sure.
Right.
Or also with his experience as a blacksmith, if he's inspecting any weaponry they're making or how they shoe a horse or anything, that's also fine. But if you find something that could be done better, you also have to be very careful how you deliver that. You can't just focus on that. There's, the Oreo thing where you sandwich
it.
Good, bad, good.
Compliment sandwich.
Or if you're wise enough in what you're looking at, and not only do you see the problem, but by looking around at the conditions or what they're working in, you understand probably how that happened. You could say, oh, I see we're having trouble getting, whatever with the nails or something to adhere. I'm going to make sure y'all have what you need for your fires so you can get the right temperatures. Now
Yeah.
you're doing a couple of things. You're showing that you're supporting them, willing to give them what they need, and also that you understand their trade enough, like that.
Yeah.
There's a way to fix problems without just being, the fuck is this? You suck.
Yeah, and
You know?
I learned that at a young age because I was thrust into coaching sailing at a young age.
You just like saying
it-
thrust.
Yeah, Ian can attest to this because I coached him when he was at William Mary. And when I first started coaching, I was definitely the one that just picked up flaws. I mean, I think it was the first when I coached you guys. It was Adam was racing and he won the race. And he came up to me, he's like, "How did you coach?" And I was like, "You sucked." So like, dude, you went all the way out and banged the corner, and that's not what
It's
you're
like the
supposed to
last
do.
thing you do.
Yeah, you got lucky. Like basically, you just flipped a coin and you happened to win, but that's not good sailing. That's just you're an idiot. Like and
Yeah.
he just looked at me like, "I just
Wah,
won
wah,
though," and I was like,
wah.
"Yeah, but you did it in a really crappy way." Like,
Like, yeah,
do
but
better.
you won because they sucked worse.
Yeah,
And what's great is when you're upset on a dinghy, it's not like you could slam a door and stomp off. You have to like twerk your rudder over a little bit to get enough wind in your sails to go, huh, and then sail away. There's no good way to pout and run off.
Yeah, but I had to learn that lesson. As far as coaching, just like, yeah, company give them credit when credit's due, and don't try to beat up on people too much. At the same time, you do need to work on their flaws and tell them how they can improve, because everyone can. So yeah, Perrin goes and meets with the wise ones, after he's told he needs to, and he's going in there, like I said, like Chris mentioned, to talk about the Aes Sedai, but they immediately want to talk about Messima. And they're like, "Yeah, the Dreamwalkers. We have a plan. You need to kill Messina." He's like, "Wait, I'm here to talk about the Aes Sedai." He goes,
Kill
"No,
him.
no, no,
Mhm.
Stab
kill
him.
No.
no,
Hang
you
him,
need-
stone
you
him,
need-
stab
you
him,
need to
kill him.
Like,
Wait.
Bash him
I'm
with
here.
your hammer.
We're here to bring him back to Rand. No,
No.
just kill him.
just kill him. Just kill him.
It's like
not-
your job is to protect Rand,
yeah. He's like,
and our job is to protect Rand, and
Yeah.
we're telling you the best thing you can do.
yeah.
Now, I want to know why
Hmm.
killing Messima is the best thing to do.
Well,
Somebody like Messina, without knowing a whole lot of what's going on, just the type of person he is, you don't gain anything by getting him to bring his followers under Rand, because he's still there as a person that could cause dissent, that could cause separation,
mhm.
that can essentially take away numbers from those people that Rand needs to follow him.
Yeah.
And I
mean,
can't
it worked
imagine.
for Negan.
I can't imagine. This guy's been away from Rand for so long, and we've seen all this different growth and development with Rand. And I'm not saying it's all positive, right? But he is definitely not who he was when Messina knew him, right? So how on earth could Messina be preaching 100% what the Dragon Reborn is currently and wants to happen?
All Rand needs is a good Lucy.
And in all fairness,
Some Walking Dead
how well did Messima really know him in the first place?
No, I mean, he was off his rocker right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, but you're right. They crossed paths briefly. He saw a little bit of.
I mean, he spent
Dragon
all
Reborn,
book 2
right?
staring at him with a stink eye, wanting to kill him because he looked
Right.
like an Aiel.
Right.
Yep.
True,
So,
but I mean, if you could leash the dog,
I can't imagine their values line up at this point.
Yeah.
probably not.
And like I said, Perrin just wants to talk about the Aes Sedai, and they pretty much said that's none of your business. And even one of the Aes Sedai is like, "Yeah, please don't interfere. Just don't do anything else. Please, just leave it." Like, should beat me
Little-
more.
yeah,
if you-
yeah.
Do you feel so? Are this particular Aes Sedai, is she truly broken, or is it more like she's coming to understand the value of what these wise ones are trying to teach her?
I was gonna say there's
And
a
wants
shared
to go through
mutual
this
respect
process?
there.
Because Egwene definitely went through that a little bit, right? She resisted, but then she's like, "Oh, there's value in this. I want to learn." And then she was kind of going through it, but it took a while for it to really sink in. And then when it did, she certainly appreciated it. But there was
I don't think the wise ones break them so much as very forcibly mold them.
yeah, I think that's a better way of saying it. I didn't feel right saying break them, so that's a better way of saying it. But it does seem like the Aes Sedai, I don't think it was at a fear so much that she was saying, no, please don't mess with us.
Down to
I think
business
they're at a,
to defeat
it seemed like she was at a point where
my
she's
friends.
appreciating the process and was like, no, I want to be where I'm at.
What do you
And-
think would yeah. Hold on. Tree just asked, did Chris get a haircut? Yes, Tree. We already talked about this.
Yeah. But it was pre-show. We
was
weren't
pre-show?
recording yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He's got a fresh
Yeah.
cut. And doesn't he look like the last 3
I-
weeks, every time he comes on, he looks younger and younger.
So it's no longer mohawked anymore, and I cut
Okay.
four anywhere between 2.5 to 4.5 inches off.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's fresh.
That's fresh.
And you do
Fresh
look
is so
younger
clean,
in a good
clean.
way.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody dope as
Yeah, this
me.
is-
I'm just so
look,
fresh.
3
and
weeks
fresh,
of
fresh
growth.
and clean.
3 weeks. I'm proud of it. It's slowly coming in.
I think I might have to
You'll-
shave mine next
You'll
month.
get there.
I think I have to be in
Yeah.
uniform again.
All the young
Hey,
kids listen to
for
us like,
what?
what was Alan singing?
I think we established I got to keep my beard or I look like a baby manatee.
I'm 2 days away from a month. You might as well call this a month's growth.
Oh, wow. I shaved this morning.
I'll pray for you. Yeah, I shaved 4 days
Trimmed.
ago.
I mean,
I
actually,
just-
trim.
I'm
I
kidding.
shaved like
Yeah.
around the beard. So, yeah. So we end the chapter with the wise ones just basically saying, "Kill Messima."
Kill him.
And
Kill him.
Perrin. I mean, Fio's helping Perrin out a lot. Perrin
Well,
probably-
even the Aes Sedai, they asked the Aes Sedai to chime in, and
I
she
think-
says you need to kill
Kill him.
Messina.
Perrin
Yeah,
needs some help
everybody.
at this point, though. Like his parents struggling, like just with everything. Like this is how I
Parent
feel.
it's like a parent, not a person that ends up being a parent.
Mhm.
They didn't really want the responsibility, but they
Yeah.
have to have it. So they struggle through it the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's letting
And
everybody
boy-
walk all over them.
With the minute they hit 18, it's like hallelujah.
Do you think
I'm
anybody could
done.
help Perrin though? Like, I mean, Fio could.
I mean, Fio's doing her thing.
Okay.
And if Morgay's got her head out of her backside, she could definitely do some good here.
Okay.
Or come out of her shell. I shouldn't say it that way. She's doing what she needs to do to protect herself out of fear. So I shouldn't say it that way.
And do the wise ones fully know about his wolfiness? Or is there just some that might suspect? I think
I think they kind of
No.
suspect it.
I don't think they know. So that could be a thing, like if he wolfs out in some like skirmish.
Maybe what's his name will
coming up.
come back from way back from book 1.
Elias.
Elias. That would be
Yeah.
cool.
And
Maybe
he's
Elias
already like
have-
close with the wise ones. So like now they're all buddy. Like, oh, why did you say so, Perrin? We didn't
Yeah.
know. These Wolf Brother
Mhm.
people, they're like super cool in our group.
Or maybe
Well-
Elias has infiltrated the
He
group.
he
of
he was
crazies.
a warder, so he might know these Aes Sedai.
Well, that's true. He's got those connections.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
I want Elias back so bad. We've been wanting Elias back for years, though.
Yep. Since
Yeah.
he left us.
Well, he's
Mostly
one
because
of
we
those
want to help with Perrin's
And
growth.
Gnome.
Perrin's just
The
going
gnome.
through this all by himself. Like he could
Yeah.
use a tutor.
people. Mhm.
Who's gnome?
He's the wolf guy in the cage.
Oh,
and not
okay.
anymore. That's
The
like,
one that was kind of like,
he went full wolf.
yeah,
Yep.
You know, you never go
It-
full wolf.
it
I
wasn't
want a
a
whole
good,
pack
never-
to
it
come.
wasn't a good
Never go full wolf.
transition.
Never go full wolf.
What are the odds of some random D tier character just randomly showing up again?
It's
Yeah,
never
it's-
happened in this book ever.
Yeah, for
Hey,
real.
we saw
Bailed
we
him.
saw Pater again.
Yeah, you did see Peter again.
Yeah.
There's lots of people who show up. I mean, Basil Gill showed up again.
Bailed him, and
Del Doma shows up here and there.
I mean, Nynaeve, such an insignificant character,
know,
just
very
keeps showing up all the time.
you know who doesn't show up? Matt, because he's dead.
What are you
even
just picking a
Moraine's
building
even
fell on the guy?
Moraine's coming back.
sorry, Ian, I love you.
When Moraine
You know
and
what?
Lanfear come back, that's when the rest of them will come back too.
It's just gonna stick out now. He's like, you know what, I'm done with you.
Did we get Lanfear this book?
Ooh, Lanfear. Lanfear died.
Don't try to make me
Lanfear-
feel better, Chris, because Alan's just gonna knock me back down.
That's what I do best.
So messed up.
It did die. Hopefully she comes back this book. That would be
So-
interesting.
Lanfear died with Moraine.
With Moraine.
Yeah. So
They're
for
both
when
coming back now.
we know winter is coming. We're not going to see Matt until winter's here, and when
Okay.
everybody's about to die, Matt's going to show up and save
his
everybody in
boo.
Winter's heart because he's been off learning some new skills with his new people,
Yeah,
and then he
you
brings
look to
them
the,
in to help.
everybody's going to look to the east at the darkest
There's
moment.
more into
Yeah.
the foxes and,
then
the snakes. No,
down the
that
hill
is
changes.
when we
Tom
have
and Moraine come rolling in on a unicorn.
exactly.
Giggity.
I'm so
They-
glad you follow my train of thought.
That look on Hal's face. I think you were right, Chris.
That's when it's coming.
I think you were right.
That was White
Oh,
Walker.
that's White Walker.
Matt is the White Walker.
He's the Night King. All right.
Yeah, there is more into this fox and snake thing. Maybe he gets more information from the Shan Chan about that
Okay.
as he's being pimped out by the
Well.
pirates.
Well, next week we'll be doing 2 chapters. Chapter
Ooh.
10 and 11. 10 is changes time.
Phase the strange.
And then 11
I
is
think
question.
changes is where we get rain for the first time in this book,
Okay.
in the long book.
And then questions and an oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to guide my
God,
country, to help other people, and obey the law of the pack.
Question mark? Questions?
Or of course, maybe it's just questions and an oath. Like, dang it,
Oh, that kind of oath.
Yeah. Could be that kind of oath.
bloody buttered onions.
Yeah.
The Zanza barbarians.
So favorite character from
The people that are most oath bound, in my opinion, have got to be the well, Aes Sedai are literally oath bound, but I think the wise ones even more so. I think the Aiel in general. So maybe there's something to do with the Aes Sedai in that chapter.
What about Perrin? When Perrin says, remember, Perrin
true.
swears he's going to protect the Aes Sedai, and Perrin's given oaths to so many things.
yeah, and Parent keeps his oaths. So
Do
I
you
think
think
there's at least
Perrin
some
would
pact
cross the
here.
wise ones?
Yes, absolutely.
There might be a stare down with some wolves behind him.
Not that part because he wouldn't put the wolves in harm again.
No,
That's
but I
gonna be his
think,
number one
I think
failure.
when that happens, the wise ones back down.
Yeah.
I think they know a little something about his kind.
I think that's gonna be his number one failure, not using his wolfiness to his fullest advantage. Yeah, he got a bunch of wolves killed, but they breed, they come back.
Yeah, his
That could be
wife's
his
got
thing, yeah.
16 of them, just bacon, ready to
You
go.
know what? I'm gonna stop talking about all the women being pregnant. We got that really nice review where they say all we think is every time a woman has sex, they're pregnant. And
we did get that review.
That's just been
We
my
did get that review.
experience.
that's why Ian's 20 kids.
If Fael gets, if Perrin gets Fael pregnant, is she going to have a litter?
Yes. That's the context we're missing though. When we have this conversation, it's always Ian that's like she's pregnant. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with you.
That makes sense.
But it makes sense because
It
it's
could
Ian
happen.
saying.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I've got all this experience.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite character. Go.
Go ahead. Say it.
Basil Gill's lady that interrupted him.
Lenny.
Lenny.
Yeah.
Lenny. Yeah.
It is Lenny for the win this go around. Like,
Yeah,
Lenny
she had me every time she spoke. She had me both ways. I start to be like, "Why are you chiming in?" Oh no, that makes sense. Why are you start to be annoying? Oh, actually, no, that's a pretty good move. You
Yeah.
know, she's
And then
everything Chris said
Fael.
earlier. Oh yeah,
Lenny and Fael. Like those are the two characters of these two chapters, in our opinion.
Seven Balwer.
Bauer.
ew,
There you go.
ew.
It's a
He
good one.
creeps me out still.
It's a
I
good one.
mean, he's definitely
nice dark friend answer, Hal.
Nothing wrong with a little creep.
All right, that's a very dark
And
friendly
that
answer.
yeah, just creeping on down.
Yeah, there's no good dark friends
Little
this
radio
episode.
ad.
So I'm gonna have to go with Talmanas.
Get out of here with your skinny ketchup. Okay.
Tall mayonnaise. Hal, thank you so much for coming on. I hope you had
Thanks for
fun.
having me.
Yeah. Do you have any questions
Just
or
a
anything
little
else
bit.
you want to add for these guys?
I am looking forward to next chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third
Oh,
paragraph.
Changes is fun.
really? Wait,
I've
the
heard
next
good things
chapter,
about this next
third
chapter. coming up.
paragraph.
Oh wait, did you start
What's
reading?
so? No, but what's so important about next chapter, third paragraph? How you
Remember,
know
there
that,
was
me.
talk about us
you'll
doing a
find out in a
live
minute.
recording of this chapter.
Oh,
so
is there gonna be a live
something significant
recording?
happens.
Well, no, I think we have so much stuff going on that
No, I can't. Sorry,
Yeah.
I can't,
It's
especially
okay.
with
No,
other things
no.
popping up. But
It's okay. I just needed
Yeah.
to know because
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I have so much else going on. I need to
I'm
make
probably
sure
going to
I
listen tonight.
put that on my calendar.
You'll find out.
At least to the next chapter, I'm going to listen tonight.
Raphael.
You know, the way
Um,
Alan is with the spreadsheets, I'm that way with my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally,
Exactly.
Jordan Con was on my calendar. I even went to the website, pulled all the things, put it on my calendar. Like it wasn't on the calendar. It didn't
Yeah, I made a
exist.
whole list of things I was gonna do at JordanCon and then did like 3 of them.
Yeah. I did get to
Keen
the
was
Cosmere
involved.
stuff. By the way, I am so excited. I know we're done and we're supposed to be like giving our sign off. I am so excited to finish The Way of Kings, like so I can dive into the next book. It like those
It's
last 2
great.
sections.
Yeah.
Emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
Part
book.
4 was, I was in
Masterfully
a
done.
place. Yeah.
Save it for the stream when we do
I
it.
was humbled.
Yeah. So how we can be found is at the Will Reads everywhere and thewillreads.com. We can find links to everything. You can join our Patreon, like Hal's one of our patrons, and besides the fact that he
Hal, we appreciate
adds
you.
awesome commentary every single week live for us, was one of the reasons, but also
Yep.
because he's a patron. There's lots of reasons why we invite people on shows, but Hal's definitely
puts
been
up
with
with
us for a
us.
while and puts up with us and make things fun. So we wanted to have him on. So go join
Thanks, Hal.
Patreon. It's lots of fun. Our join our Discord because we do giveaways like I did tonight, and the Pink Ranger won. So I will be DMing them later to figure out where to send a book.
Good night,
And
guys.
yeah, that's all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
Peace.
okay, bye.